always be best friends. I find so much comfort in your company. Listen to me babble, smile and understanding, flatter and bitch at my demanding. Best friend, heart and soul companion. And the day grows dark, I know I'll find spark. And my waves of light landing on the shore that is your heart. It's what you are, it's what you are. Open arms that welcome you in spite of what you thought. It's what you are, it's what you are. Could it be that it was always only you keeping love away? Holding you in such a gentle peace. It's what you are, it's what you are. Merging into everyone as far as you can see. It's what you are, it's what you are. Could it be that it was always only you keeping love away? Love It's what you are.
Thank you very much. That was beautiful. Welcome. Oh, isn't it a beautiful day? The sun was out and shining. I went, thank you, God, for prayer. We answered a prayer. Is there anybody here for the first time? No?
Well, I have been to the Trenton place years ago. Your other place on Trenton.
Oh,
I've been
okay.
there, but how long ago was that?
A little while
A
back.
long time. Yeah, I can't remember so long, but anyway, we're back.
What is your name?
Monica.
Monica, welcome. We welcome you today. Thank you for sharing your Sunday with
I
us.
was in Hawaii, I went to the Unity there.
Oh, awesome church. I've been there myself many times.
My sister was very there.
Oh, oh. We have a welcome packet, Deborah. Thank you. Give you a little bit of information about us here in Bremerton. So it's wonderful. Debbie will bring it to you in a few minutes. So welcome everybody online that's joined us today, and if you enjoy our service, there's a button that you can contribute to our center to keep our lights on and keep us all going in a great way. So we will do our mission statement and statement of prayer. Oh, you want to do the opening prayer? Oh, no, I'll do it. Okay. Could you say this with me? Isn't it fun when I can change things around and I drive everybody crazy? Say this with me. We are a welcoming community, supporting our mutual quest for spiritual truth. There is one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life. God, the good, omnipresent. And now we'll do opening prayer. Oh, so just please join me and go within and connect with that infinite divine that we call God or we call Spirit. And please join me in knowing there is only one God, one infinite power of life, and that power is love. This is the love that caused the universe to spring into being out of the shared joy of being expressed in form. This is the joy that created me out of itself, that spirit might experience itself as me. All that I am comes from spirit, and all that spirit is makes its home within me. Within my mind and heart are the massive potentials for greatness, for wholeness, and for becoming a powerful healing presence in the world. I choose to accept the purpose for which I was born to realize the one true self, the God that goes by many names in my daily experience. I welcome and I wake to the presence that is always right where I am, vibrating the very air molecules, announcing its perfect presence. I am immersed in the divine because I am one with it. Knowing this, there is never anything to fear. There is only this power of love to heal, to transform, and to make all things new. And for this I give great thanks. And together we say, and so it is. Got it? Okay. So we come together every Sunday, and it's a call to service for lighting the flames of faith. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people, all faiths, come from the one great universal presence, which we call Spirit. Fundamentally to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. So the first candle is for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. Next is for the shamanic tradition, honoring the beliefs and practice of all native people. Followed by Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. The next candle is for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the fourth noble truths and the path of compassion, wisdom, love, and kindness. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. Next is for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. Followed by the Baha'i, honoring the paths of unity and peace. We light the next candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of the mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. The next candle is for all who are yet unaware of the power and the presence of spirit in their lives and for the space that we honor for them at this church and for all those religious unnamed in this ceremony. And as Deborah lights the Christ candle is lit, please hold silently and to light the names of anyone you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love. And I bless all those that are not with us today. I send them the light of healing. Thank you.
If you feel like it, you can stand up and sing The Face of God with us. This is by Karen Drucker.
Yeah, my favorite.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are a part of me. My heart. Yes, I do. You are my family. You are the face of God. We'll go through this one more time. You are the face of God. I hold you in my arms. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are the face of
Okay.
Thank you.
Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God.
We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God.
We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. Morning sun coming through the trees, green leaves shimmer in the summer breeze. Songbirds sing to the honeybees, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. After the dazzle of day is done, moon makes love to the setting sun. Stars come twinkling one by one. We are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten. We are living in the heart of God. I'm gonna play a song. Sleeping dreams both deep and bright, sleeping through the velvet night, refreshing the soul with the Spirit's delight, living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living, we are living, we are living in the heart of God. We are living in the heart of God. We are living in the heart of God. Nothing is ever lost, and we are not forgotten.
Coming in. Vitamins, I guess, is right. So now it's time for our affirmation, and Debbie and I will be doing it together.
Okay, for our affirmation, I'll say it once and then we can say it together. I listen to a deeper knowing and I hear my true voice. So together, I listen to a deeper knowing and I hear my true voice.
Amen. Amen. And now we'll have our congregation song, and Upon Your Heart.
Another nice hard song. Hand upon your heart.
Yeah, I'm just drawing a blank.
Uh-oh. Place your hand.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Always helps to take a nice deep breath. Place your hand upon your heart. Set your heart upon your deepest wish. Set your wish to the place where the sun begins, and you will find peace of mind. Place your hand upon your heart. Let your heart feel all the love there is. Send your love to the place where the moon begins, and you will find peace of mind. Place your hand upon your heart. Make your heart as still as still can be. Send your love to the place where the stars begin, and you will find peace of mind. Place your hand upon your heart. In your heart, give thanks for all you have. Send your thanks to the place where all begins, and you will find peace of mind. Send your thanks to the place where it all begins, and you will find peace of mind.
This is a time for silent meditation where you can go within and connect with the divine. So please join me and go to that special place within. And know as we connect with the divine, that spirit lives within us. The presence of God is there. slowly come back into the room and thank your higher power for this time together. So my talk today is about coming from a pure heart. And when the beginning of the week, I had wrote a whole different talk for today. And then about Wednesday, I was like, no, I don't like that talk. So I kind of trashed it, and I kind of just really went in and did some meditation, and this popped up. So I hope that you like it. There's a lot of meaning in it. There's some great messages from the Dalai Lama and Mother Teresa. So we may have often hear references to the state of our heart center, which is the spiritual energy center for our being. Phrases like the pure of heart, having a golden heart, in reference to having a pure intent. These expressions sound so nice, but really, what do they really mean? Perhaps Mother Teresa can explain it best. Keep your heart pure. A pure heart is necessary to see God in each other. If you see God in each other, there is love for each other, and then there is peace. So often our vision of others may be less than kind, and for whatever reason we may have, we permit negative to cloud our judgment. Yet, when we recognize the spark of the true creative source that is in each of us, see God, as it were, and we can then offer ourselves from a higher perception with kindness and love. Be kind to yourself. Love is God. Thus, to love and receive the real benefit of God's love, we must give up that finite self within us and do deeds for the sake of our fellow man. Do something kind today or this week. Show kindness to a fellow person. Coming from a pure heart means we recognize that we all have this spark of God within us, even if at the time that spark may be glazed over by anger, upsetment, jealousy, or envy. It is all in our perception of life. Is life good to you? It is when you view your world with sincerity, of purpose, and refinement of your heart. And where there's pure love, there is no room for anger of any kind. The ability to give love is what sets us apart from those who cannot. In order for us to work from a pure heart, we must be able to give of ourselves in some way, shape, or form. Giving of ourselves is not as hard as it sounds, because we all have given in different ways. Sometimes it may just be the smile in your voice. Other times it might be a quiet action. Accepting all beings, no matter the color of their skin, the language in which they communicate, or the path to oneness they chose to follow. Even as to whether they walk on 2 or 4 feet, or have wings or fins, it's collectively to acceptance of our own blindness. That which makes us different keeps us interesting. Don't you agree? We're all so different. Each of us is an individual part of the whole, and we all have to forge our own path. The Dalai Lama says, I believe that whether a person follows any religion or not is unimportant. He must have a good heart. When we treat ourselves with love, it becomes second nature for us to treat others in a like manner. A simple way to break the ice and begin to show others more love is to smile at our reflection in the mirror. Think about that. Do you truly look in the eyes of yourself when you look in the mirror? Do you smile at who you came to be? Do you say, I love you? You're great, you're marvelous, you're beautiful? Try it if you haven't done it. This may sound strange, but if we can maintain eye contact with ourselves and smile, it's an important step to giving ourselves love. I'm not suggesting here that selfish love is the goal, no. Being good to our bodies and soul and liking what we see is the difference. A smile is infectious. When we feel comfortable about smiling at ourselves, we will naturally feel comfortable with smiling at others. Smile is the key that fits the lock of everybody's heart. Think about it, you're just smiling at somebody can make their whole day. Here is an interesting point. The heart of a child that has been treated with love and nurtured is filled with an incredible joy that steeps out of every particle of their being. They cannot help but reflect that which they have received. Why? Because their hearts are innocent and pure. The experience of life is not jagged, their behavior. Think about that. Little children have no fear. They're just filled with giggles and love. When a child giggles, it comes from deep within them, and those who witness this experience of wonderment cannot help but smile themselves. Children have the greatest gift to give us. We just take time to smile at them. The young can teach us many things, and for us, there is no better lesson than to experience life through the eyes and the heart of a wee one, right? Grown men can learn from very little children, for the hearts of little children are pure. Therefore, the Great Spirit may show to them many things which older people miss. It's from Black Elk. An understanding of nature's spiritual law is helpful to those who seek to establish purity of heart as a basis for their being. The two most important spiritual laws break down in simple terms. Do everything that you say you will do, and do not interrupt or interpret in another's personal space. Think about that. Give somebody time to share without trying to fix them. Just let them talk. Share from their heart. By incorporating these two simple spiritual laws into our everyday actions, we break the bonds of karma and allow everything to be as it should be, the good of the whole. Our world is golden. Keeping our word through promises and deeds and allowing others the space to have the experience they need maintains the balance necessary to express impersonal, unconditional love. When pure sincerity forms within, it is outwardly realized in other people's hearts. Be kind. Jesus, speaking through Christ's consciousness, explains that in directing ourselves from a sincere place with our whole heart, we allow soul to manifest the wholeness of the one true creating source. This is not as complicated as it may sound. It simply means that opening one's heart to real love, unconditional, and completely accepting love. We rise to the purity of the experience and therefore see the wisdom of the Creator in all things. Jesus the Christ said, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God." Love is our greatest gift, and it costs us nothing. It cannot be purchased for any monetary price, and when given freely without condition, it opens the spiritual energy center, increasing the inflow and outflow of positive. Love is the renewing resource that binds us together in oneness. Love does not come to those who seek it, but to those who give love. It is a binding force between souls who we have nothing to give but themselves to one another. Open the Heart Center may be hard for some of us who have sealed the edges shut for years and years of negative experience. Yet even negative experience have purpose. We can turn a negative experience into a positive one by gleaming the lessons offered and moving on, leaving the experience behind us as we ascend to our fullest, highest potential as loving beings. Visualization and spiritual exercise are useful in opening the Heart Center. So is the use of positive affirmations. These are activities that leave permanent imprints on the higher mind, which then can trickle down out into our lives naturally, like a feeder, nourishing soul from the higher planes. This takes work on our part. We must be willing to try new things, listen to different ideas, and take what we need from them while leaving the rest. Think about it. When you have a negative thought, turn it immediately to a positive one. Say, that doesn't exist in my mind. I'm done with that. Move on. There's always a gift. Your vision will become clear only when you look into your heart. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakens. Carol Young. Let me read that again. Your vision will become clear only when you look into your heart. Who looks outside dreams, but who looks inside awakens. Facing life will always be a challenge, but the challenge doesn't have to be a conflict. When we look at life through a pure heart with loving intent, we will begin to recognize that the roller coaster we are riding is actually enjoyable. And each up and down has its benefit and opportunity for spiritual growth. So this week we look on how to love is more than just an emotion. Love is a force in your life. The whole month of February is about love when we stop and think about it. Every day is to say, thank you, God, for another day. I love being alive. So let's create more love. Researchers have shown that the heart is one of the most powerful organs in the body. I believe in heart power for manifestation. The effects of a wounded heart can become so embedded in our daily lives that its lingering impact often goes unrealized. Let's release those emotional heart walls so that the power of love can become a driving force in your life. Breaking through heart walls empowers you to heal deep wounds so you can love yourself more and more. Self-love is the pathway to loving others, creating increased income and building the life you love. Ultimately, breaking through the pain and fulfilling your potential is essential. Love yourself. Be kind. Be gentle. We never know how long we're going to be here. Each day is a precious day. Forgive those and let them go. Let them rest. So in closing, coming from a pure heart, love is God in action. Love is our greatest gift, and it costs us nothing. It cannot be bought for any price. When given freely without condition, love opens our spiritual energy center and increases the circulation of positive. Love is the renewable resource. It is the unity. It is oneness. Remember, be kind to yourself. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.
You've got a heart made to see you through. Healing power touches you can do. Love's strong and it won't be denied. So look in your heart and see what's inside. You'll find love. You'll find love. You'll find love. You'll find love. We've been hurt. We've been knocked down to size, rocked to our foundations, taken by surprise. Moving on is the hardest part. Trying to keep the sorrow from hardening our heart. You need love. You need love. You need love. You need love. Some may say you got to show yourself strong. Overpower others and show them wrong. Muscle and might won't heal this divide. We need some understanding to turn this tide. We need love. 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 Talking about love, boy. Talking about love. Talking about love for mercy. Talking about love for peace. Talking about love for freedom. Talking about love for sweet release. Travel on. Take the path to your heart. In the darkest hours, God will do its part. There's a fork in the road every day, and a little compassion show the way. You need love. You need love. You need love. You need love. Talking about love. Talking about love. Choose love. Choose love. Choose love. Choose love.
So as we prepare to give our gifts today, would you please repeat after me? Divine love in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Bless the basket. Okay, would you put your hands forward, please, and bless our basket?
Father, Mother, God, we give thanks for all the love and generosity of these gifts, and we ask that each giver be blessed tenfold. And we see these gifts going out into the world to do good. And so we give thanks. Amen.
Amen. And then we have announcements. Okay.
Okay. All right, coming up on March 1st, we have Bring a Friend Potluck and New Thought Day. Unity Worldwide has put together a presentation all about New Thought for Reverend Linda to share with us. What a perfect way to introduce a friend or family member to what we are all about. So please bring your friends and bring a favorite dish to share. And then coming up on March 15th, this is a topic that is really truly close to my heart because I've used visioning boards my whole life, really. My mom taught me about them, and they've been very effective in helping me reach my goals. So a vision board allows your creative energies to flow out onto the page through words and images which represent our heart's desires. A vision board helps us keep our goals, intentions, dreams, and desires front and center. Bring a picture of yourself and any materials you'd like to use on your board. We'll have glue, scissors, magazines, and other materials for you to use. And we'll be doing this, there will be a love donation. It's another great opportunity to invite a coworker, friend, or family member. So if you, when you're thinking about what to bring, think about back in school when you made collages. So we're gonna make a visual board using maybe photographs or articles or something that will help remind you of your intention. These are so cool. I hope you guys all come for that. All right, thank you.
There are sign-up sheets on the table so we know who plans on attending.
And there are sign-up sheets on the table, so please let us know that you're coming. Thank you.
Stand for our peace song.
Oh, wait a minute. Come on, let the musician do his work.
Tell them, Dallas.
Besides, nobody told me I needed to start. So, that's kind of a dirty deal.
It's
Yeah.
time to start.
Wherever